Okay, hey everyone, it's Gard, and I wanted to try the new draft format out. I've already played two drafts with it, so I'm not like hugely experienced. So this is like a semi-blind run about what the format's all about. So I don't really know how good the factions are. I think my first inclination is the Necreum is really good because it's got Infernal Visage back, which is one of my favorite Necreum cards in draft of all time. So I'm tending towards the Grimgott Warrior. Also, it's a card I've never played with before because it just came out. Assyrian Flame Sculptor is like a bad Master of Elements. Master of Elements is a 5/5, 9/9, 17/17, and this is much smaller, but it's consistent, so you're guaranteed to draw it. But it does only let you play Tempest spells. And Frostshire Shrink's no longer in the draft pool, which really sucks. So I don't really think like Tempest looks to be super nerfed in the draft pool as a whole. There's a couple really good cards, and they're mostly aggressive cards. There's not like a lot of Borean Stormweavers, that type of thing. Patron of Deepwood, I don't really want to go Mono Terra. I don't know the draft pool well enough for that yet. And I don't really want to take these two land cards just because they're kind of mediocre. Like Energy Prison's bad. So is Big Bad Bartok. Unless I want to go like Umbric Super Aggro, which is one of the two decks I've drafted, and I went 4-0, which is kind of sweet. But I think that was mostly due to had like 6 roaming war claws or something like that because the draft algorithm hadn't settled. But I'm going to take the Grimgott Warrior. And then I really like Berserk Drake. It's one of my favorite allied cards. I think one of the very few in the pool. There's a Nixium Marauder as well, which is also very strong. But I think I want to try Berserk. I haven't drafted Berserk yet. Well, if I take one of these cards that aren't the zombie infantry, none of them are actually even good. Like Blood Barrier, Spirit Force Sentry, and Sentinel, and Soothing Radiance are all actually bad cards, so I feel fine taking the zombie infantry. And then I'm just going to take. Actually, Ironbound Reinforcements is a good card, and I think Anixium is good. I drafted it once already, and I was impressed by it, so maybe I just like have the Berserk Drake as a 4/6 and then draft Anixium. That seems perfectly fine. I'd rather have Anixium Marauders than Berserk Drakes anyway. And then we take the Sky Knight Glider. Shade Claw Zombie might be the best card in this pack. Like, the cards are not very good. Steelgraph's okay. It's like the Aloyan version of Twin Strength. It gives armor instead of +2/+2. Explosive Demise is kind of like Halazith. It's just a finisher. That's really all there is to it. Nanomise is awful. Wither Rushmans, he's bad to okay. I think Rot Wonder is actually much better than it used to be. That doesn't mean it's good necessarily. It's just way better because there's a lot more good -X effects. And I'm just gonna take the zombie here. Opens me up to playing Dark Forged if I want to do that. Necro Slime's card I haven't played with yet in this format. It's probably fine. It's always pretty good if you let go late. Seal of Avalon is a card I've never played with. +3 attack, then +10 consistent. That seems decent, at least. I don't really think I want to be doing it instead of Necroslime. This is a common, so I'll probably see a lot more of them. Steelskin Splunker, same reasoning. Like, I like Steelskin Splunker because it gives the centerling creature armor while being a decent creature. But I think I want to take the Necroslime here because it's, very large. Seal of Tarsus, I love this card. It's a removal spell that you'll always see, and that's a quality I quite like in removal spells. Armbound Reinforcements is a fine card because it's like Matrix Warden but underleveled. It gives attack to your other creatures, but it's not like amazing since at rank 3 it's only 8/16. It can also be, or this is a rank 4 because it doesn't get its effect at rank 3, so it's always going to be underleveled. And I like Seal of Justice quite a bit. I don't know if I want 2 Necro Slimes because I don't like having too many Necro Slimes in my deck because it doesn't. It's only a 4/4 and an 8/8 at ranks 1 and 2, so it's really really small. It's easily dealt with like Seal of Tarsus, for example, which is a common. So I mean, Zombie Titan isn't actually that much better. So I actually am Necro Slime. The only reason I could take this Zombie Titan here would be because of Infernal Visage, and this is already a natural side lane card. Infernal Visage makes it really really difficult to take down. So I think this pick's actually pretty close. I think I'm gonna take the Zombie Titan. I don't like having 2 Necro Slimes. The card's really slow. It doesn't play well in multiples. Drawing multiple. Oh, Hellforged Avatar. Am I gonna have enough Necreum for that? I have 2 Alolan cards right now. I'm probably not going to try and draft heavy Necreum, but if I miss on one card, it's a 6/6 or a 10/10, which is kind of average. It doesn't really do anything else. If I miss on 2 cards, it's a 5/5 and a 9/9, which is definitely not optimal. I think we try it for science. It's got to be better than Sparkbot, right? Actually, Sparkbot's decent. We'll take Sparkbot. And I think second Shadeclaw Zombie powers up my other Shadeclaw Zombie, and I don't want another Necroslime as previously discussed. Barracks Embrace is not that great. Barrier Soldier's okay, and Steel Skin Splinter's okay. But I'd rather have another Shadeclaw. This puts me in, if I get like a Dark Shard Witch or Darksteel Enforcer, I get power up my zombies pretty large, or by a lot. I don't know what words are. It's War Charger versus Seal of Tarsus. War Charger is a really solid creature. Works with Infernal Visage if I ever see any of those. But I bet people have drafted them so much that they're so far down in the algorithm. But War Charger is also always really solid, so I think I'm just going to take that. And then Tech Explorer is a card I like, but it's probably not very good. Like, it's really small at ranks 1 and 2, and it's gigantic at rank 3. But there's also a Barrier Soldier in this pack, which is a decent creature, so I'm going to take that. I think it's a little better than Cyclone Steelgraft, because Steelgraft's a little on the weak side if you don't already have something to support it, like with a good amount of regen, but I don't really have anything like that, like a Necromoeba or Zrath or something like that. I'm going to take the Darkstone Force because I already have 2 Shadeclaw Zombies, and then Blood Bindings. And then Vault Intruder. Oh, I like that they brought Catacomb Spider back. This is like one of my favorite Onyxium cards in the last format. I think I'm just going to take Vault Intruder. It's really big. And Scourge Charger versus Plunder Imp is actually pretty difficult. I think it's Scourge Chargers because of 7 power, but Plunder Imp has a really good effect. I don't know how good it is in comparison to the other formats, but it is a lot more impactful than you'd think. But I'm going to take the Scourge Charger. Then it's like Sparkbot versus Darkheart Wanderer. Still haven't seen any Infernal Visages, but I have 2 picks left. Darkheart Wanderer is a 3, 8, 6, 11, 12, 16. That's pretty good. If I can get something to pump it, like a Pummel Pack or Infernal Visage, that's probably a little better than Sparkbot, though not by a whole lot. And I think Sparkbot's just a little better since I don't have those cards yet. I've seen so many Necroslimes, it's kind of unreal. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 robots for Flow Steel Carrier, but that's probably still not enough. I don't like Flow Steel Carrier because it dies at every rank. Like, it's 3 toughness, 5 toughness, 8 toughness. That means it dies to level 1 creatures at basically every rank except for 1, which it'll take like a power pump and a rank 1 creature. I could take the second Nectar Slime. That's probably fine. It's probably better than Duskspire Zombie. I like Duskspire Zombie as a card because it gets really, really big at rank 3. But I don't have anything to pump it right now and nothing to skip its level like Tech Explorer, so I think the second Necro Slime's fine. Because I'm not taking it over cards that are really that good. Scavenger Scorpion is a 6, 9, 11. So it's like a bad version of Conscious Colossus. I mean, it has a regen, but it's so small at rank 2 and 3 that it's not really worth it. I'd rather take the Forge Guardian Alpha. There's no jetpack or anything to make it lose Defender. It's just going to be like a giant creature. Then Nether Decay for a removal spell. Lets me kill. I don't really know how you build up a big creature in this format, but if you can, Nether Decay will kill it. And then Pummel Packs. Very nice. It's the premier Alolan spell, probably. I mean, it's one of the best ones I've ever printed. Lets you win the game single-handedly with some cards. I'd take the Scourge Charger here for sure. And then I could take Zombie Infantry, just to have another 6-power creature. I could take Demon Watcher because it's smaller. I guess I'll just take the Infantry. That's a decent creature. Spirit Reaver, there's a Spirit Bloom Dryad, and there's a Tuscan Grove Keeper in this pool. I don't remember how many other life. Oh, there's a Stag of List. That card's really good. It's a 5/5, and at the end of your turn you gain life. That's probably a lot better than Aether Guard. Aether Guard's level 1 is fine, but its level 2 and 3 are not very good. And I don't foresee playing a lot of spells since I only have 4. So let's just take the Spirit Reaver. And Batterbot with Pummel Pack. I have nothing else that gives armor. It's probably better than Zombie Titan. Infernal Visage, there we go. I think it's even better than the Darksteel Enforcer because this card is crazy. It's crazy good. I don't remember if you played during set 5 or played this card a lot, but it was so strong. Not as good as Abyssal Brute because it's not a creature that scales really well, but it is very strong. I like this card a lot, especially in Necreum because that it's a faction that doesn't have pump spells other than Infernal Visage and Zombie Dread Knight. So that's pretty easily the pick here. And then I could take a Seal of Tarsus or I could take a third Scourge Hydra. I like huge creatures. If you think about it, a Scourge Hydra is like a non-consistent Seal of Tarsus that can also damage their face. I mean, it's not a really good comparison because Seal of Tarsus can target things that are Defender can't and be interacted with, but Scourge Hydra kills them, and I like killing them. Forge Guardian Delta puts a lot of cards in my deck. It puts a Alpha, a Beta, and a Gamma in my deck. Of those cards, the Gamma is pretty bad, and the Alpha and the Beta are fine. The Delta itself is really good. A 7/7 with no downsides other than the discard or the adding to the deck thing. I think it has way better upside. Even with the my deck will be pretty inconsistent because it'll have 3 extra cards in it. But that's way better than taking Vigor Leech or Spirit Torrent, which are pretty bad. And then we take last pick. This is I don't think this card's good in this format. There's too many minus effects to kill it just straight off. And I think Necreum's really strong from the very limited drafts I've seen. So I don't really want to take the Battle Droid. Though I don't actually think Siphon Amputation is going to be that good either, since I want to be mostly playing my cards in the side lane to make use of Infernal Visage. So let's just take the Battle Droid anyway, in case I play against Umbrick or something like that. I think this deck's fine. We'll go ahead and queue up, and I'll end the video here and resume it for the next match.